Hey church, Pastor David here. Wanted to update you on what's going on with the church as we go into this crazy time with coronavirus and everything that's going on. Obviously, everything seems to be changing almost by the hour, and so wanted to update you as a church what we're doing and how we're trying to serve you and serve the community. And so we met as a session last night and wanted to communicate to you some of the things which we decided for how to serve you and for how to serve the community. So first of all, and not surprisingly, we are having to forego meeting together in person until we are told otherwise. That doesn't mean we have to live in isolation and fear. However, for the time being, we are going to transition from gathering together on Sunday mornings in small groups to doing a daily live streamed prayer and devotional service. This is going to be done via Facebook Live, and so if you're watching this on Facebook right now, then this is going to be where it's going to be. If you are not watching this on Facebook, but you're watching this in your email or on the YouTube channel, these will also be posted there, but it won't be live. It will be a recording of the devotional prayer service, and so you can watch it here. The benefit of doing it on Facebook Live is you will be able to comment and share, prayer requests or praises and celebrate what the Lord is doing in some way, and we will be able to respond to those and lift those up to the Lord right at that very moment. And so if you are able to, and if you have a Facebook account, we encourage you to connect with us in that way. If you don't have a Facebook account, certainly you can still do it with one of the recorded versions, either via YouTube or via the emails. And share your requests, share your praises, and we will lift those up in the next day's service. And so you can still have that input and feedback. It just will maybe be a little bit delayed. So those services are going to be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 in the morning. And then they are going to be on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday at 7 p.m. We tried to stagger the times in order that if you are having to work still, if you're one of those people that has one of those essential jobs, you'll still be able to hopefully make it at least every other day. And so we want to serve you in that way, and we think that God is going to do some really awesome things through this time and really connecting, instead of once a week on a Sunday, but really connecting daily, I think could be really powerful and could really help us grow in our faith to the Lord, but also in our walk with each other and in our community. And so God's going to do some awesome stuff through these times. Related to that connectionalism, you probably already received a phone call from one of your elders. If you're on the church contact list, that is. Some of you might be seeing this that aren't on our church contact list, and so you probably didn't get a call from one of our elders. But if you are on our church contact list, you probably received a call from one of your elders, and this is something that we're also very passionate about, is we want to really do well at communicating with you. We want to know what's going on in your life. How are you doing during this time? How can we be praying for you? What prayer needs do you have? And those sorts of things. And so be expecting these calls consistently from the elders, and myself included in that. And we want to hear from you, and we want to know how you're doing during this time. Well, I encourage you, as we do this, to also join us in that. So each of us have our spheres of influence, of people who are maybe not a part of the church, people who are our neighbors, our friends, our family members, people who need to know that there are people who love and care for them during this time. And so I would encourage you to have your own kind of, list of people who you're reaching out to during this time, who you're calling and checking in on and saying, hey, how are you doing? Where are you at? And what can we do to help you? So that's going to be part of our conversations with you is, do you have any needs that you need met? Do you need, if you're one of those people that is needing to be completely quarantined right now and can't leave the house, do you need some groceries? Do you need somebody to run to the pharmacy for you? What are some of those things and ways in which we can help you during this time? And so if that is you, we have people who have already volunteered to help in those sorts of ways, or you might be saying, hey, you know what, I would love to help people in that way. Let us know, and we want to connect people who have abilities and the availability to do those things with people who have those needs. And so that is the calling that you're going to be receiving, and I would encourage you to join with us in that. Now, some of you may be wondering, as a church, as an organization, what are we doing during this time without Sunday gatherings for the simple matter of making ends meet. And so this is making us go to the modern era in finances, and so you'll actually be able to donate online if you are feeling led to do that, there's going to be a link shortly on the website to donate online, and that will be one way that you could continue to support the mission of the church. Otherwise, you could always mail those donations in as well, and P.O. Box 7 in Crivets. And that would be another way that you could continue to do that. There is going to be somebody who still is going to the church, collecting the mail, doing some of that basic bookkeeper stuff as little as possible while still doing what they need to do. And so that's going to continue to go forward. Now, ultimately, and this is most importantly, we serve a faithful God, even in the craziest of times. And so I know a lot of us might be struggling with things like fear and anxiety and that kind of stuff. And I just really want to encourage you. God is so much bigger than this. That doesn't mean it's not a reality, but it does mean that our hope is in something that is so much bigger. And so I really want to encourage you to lean into that hope, to lean into His goodness, to lean into His love, to lean into His faithfulness, and trust in Him during this time. Because God's not surprised by this. And so we can trust in Him. We can cling to Him. We can have our faith in Him. And that's going to be a lot of what we're going to be talking about during these devotional gatherings, is the faithfulness of God during this time, and how we can continue to trust in Him and seek Him. And so I hope that you join us. Gather the family, gather around the computer, around the tablet, whatever it might be, and join us. My hopes is that I'll be able to have my family with myself as well during that time. And we can really seek the Lord as a greater family, even though we're going to be in different homes.